It's Vikings B against Harlequins A tomorrow. That's the earlier one of the two Manx Plate semi-finals. Good evening, Sam. And you would expect Vikings B to be favourites for this contest, considering that they're undefeated in the league this season. They've got 2 wins over Harlequins A, and they will be playing Premier League hockey next season.
They are the overwhelming favourites, and just to hark back to, I do have a vested interest in this, but so do you, Chris.
I do indeed, yes. I'll be on the other side, lining up against you.
But yeah, I think the first game of the season is the one I always refer to. It makes that slightly a bit nervous because at times Harlequins have just shown complete brilliance on a hockey pitch, and then at times it just doesn't seem like the same team that you're playing against, as shown by our second game, which I think finished sort of 5-6-1. And we just don't know what Harlequins team's going to turn up tomorrow. But even so, Vikings B should be favourites to win this one.
Can you offer us anything in terms of the lineup? Because we know that they're, unlike the league, where players can move between teams, you get cup-tied if you play in the cup or the plate for a different team.
To be fair, I think the team's more or less the same as our last league game. I think Kirsty McCarry is an absentee. But, the players that can step in and that have been stepping in throughout the season are more than capable of stepping up in this competition.
I noticed you didn't really want to say too much there, giving away the secrets to the opposition. It looks to be a very, very tight match in the later semi-final of today. Saracens Sabres against Valkyrs B. Little to choose between them in terms of their league performance this season, but if you go on league standings, then Sabres do start as favourites. But even then, it's going to be a very tight one to call.
It's a mouth-watering game, and I'm gonna sit there and watch that straight after our game. Saracens Sabres have been, again at times, utterly brilliant, and one of their best games was against Vikings B in the final day of the season, which they needed to get something out in order to guarantee themselves second place, and they managed to get that. They managed to get the point against Vikings B, and they're, based on the fact that they're the only team to have done that against Vikings B this season, Saracens Sabres just edge that favourites tag, but it's just too close to call. If both teams have their full strength side out, you just cannot possibly predict which way this one's going to go.
Saracens look the quicker of the two sides, but then again, Valkyrs, it's been well documented. I think some people have texted in on the classified programme that Valkyrs possibly a bit more physical, so it is very delicately poised, this one.
They are a very physical side, and all Valkyrs teams seem to have that sort of bred into them. They're a very physical side. If you look at likes of Backers, they're a side that snatch wins from the jaws of defeat, and they push forward and they do not give up until that final whistle goes. Well, Valkyrs' trait is that extra bit of physicality, that sort of it's a touch of intimidation. Well, look at the players they've got on their squad. You got Ollie Webster in there, Juan Belando in goals, Chris Caldwell, Russell Miller. You got Maxine Smalley up top as well, and you've got Andrea Neen up in there as well. Fantastic players, most of them former Ireland players as well. So they've got fantastic amounts of experience in that side. Whereas the Saracens Sabres side, completely the opposite side of the spectrum. Very young side, very inexperienced side, but they've shown this year that they can beat the best and they can play with the best.